My turn.
Yeah, my turn now. You guys have been bullying me for the last month. First, it was a moustache I was trying to grow. Bro, you look awesome. Just shave yourself, please. I think I know why he's talking trash. Blood just hates hair because he ain't got none. But it absolutely hit the fan. Y'all just burned me alive when I decided to dye my hair. God damn, I'm unsubscribed if that haircut was by choice. That's the worst haircut I've ever seen. Please Kraber your barber, bro. Come on, now do you see the vision? I think I made a bloody good Omni-Man for Halloween. But in today's video, we're gonna do something different. Now that I'm part-time, let's react to Sonny's V2 idiot streamers who got caught cheating live.
Beginning with Elm Zero, who accidentally left his aimbot on whilst trying out for a professional esports team. Up until this point, Elm Zero had built up a respectable 3,000 Twitch followers for his impressive Apex Legends gameplay. However, while trialing for the pro team Zenith, judges noticed that his aim was almost too impressive. And while this first kill was arguably still possible without aimbot, his next kill was significantly more suspicious.
Pre-firing and then that is just obvious, bro.
Was before locking onto the player with near perfect accuracy. Elm Zero was instantly called out in a Twitter post reading, "How are people streaming cheats in Scrims LMAO?" which received a response explaining that he was known for cheating on PUBG in the past.
One of my accounts was banned from PUBG. I was banned by the PUBG Corp for, my ban message said hacking.
Determined to
Bro, once a cheater, always a cheater. And they all look the goddamn same, bro.
Another clip was tweeted of him warming up for the match, in which his aim was once again robotically accurate, and with the evidence seeming conclusive, Zenith Esports would make a tweet explaining that Elm Zero was not contracted with us and has been removed from our trial process, which was followed by Elm Zero deleting all of his social media before disappearing from the internet.
Disappearing from the internet, my ass. You know what actually happened? He made a new account, logged straight back in, and started cheating his ass off under a different alias. We've seen it 1,000 times before, and unfortunately, it continues. Apex is plagued with this crap, unfortunately.
Semper0311 was even stupider, as after going live playing the game Destiny 2, he'd forget to hide the aimbot program altogether. At the time, he was streaming to a small audience of only 16 people. However, this was enough for one of his viewers to notice the fishy gameplay. Writing in the chat, "Is that aimbot?" On your screen, it has like red squares around
Absolute dumb motherfucker. So I'll actually show you what he did wrong here. So in OBS, you have the option to capture your whole display or just the game itself. So what all these cheaters do is just capture the game and have their cheats overlaid on top so nobody sees it. But obviously he accidentally switched it or updated OBS and it swapped to display capture, showcasing all his cheats. And he just thinks people can't see it because he thinks he's just streaming his game.
My screen has red squares around.
And after pretending to be confused for a couple of seconds, the stream ended abruptly and the footage was deleted. In the days that followed, Semper denied cheating and threatened to ban anyone bringing it up.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I didn't, dude. If you want to get banned, you can keep saying that.
Yet after being pressured by the audience, Semper admitted to cheating in the weakest way possible.
There was wall hacks on my computer yesterday on stream. Like, I'm not denying that. I just don't know how they got there.
However, at least
don't know how they got there. I don't know, man. Like this cheats randomly showed up on my PC.
Eventually admitted to some kind of wrongdoing, as the next person blamed her cheating.
I love this one, Clara. This is internet gold. If you haven't seen this, you've been living under a rock.
An existent person. The streamer in question went by the name of Miss Q Gemini, and just prior to being exposed, she'd state that people often called her a cheater simply because she was female.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, "You're cheating!"
However, the real reason behind why she was called a cheater revealed itself just minutes later, as she'd begin her first CSGO game of the stream with wall hacks enabled.
Ah, what? They're mid.
To be. I'm going back to B.
So notice how she's not saying anything. She thinks they can only see her game, not the overlaid wall hacks that are there. It won't be able to chat call her out.
She'd come to notice her colossal size mistake and attempted to play the whole thing off by stating that she had some weird glitch.
Do you guys ever get that weird glitch in CSGO where it shows your rank? That it shows everyone's rank? I think the other day with
Cheaters
Rock,
are so dumb.
got that, and now I have it.
You know that random glitch you get where you just get wall hacks?
I don't know why. It's weird.
Which was then followed by Miss Q Gemini, stating that someone named Clara had been playing on her computer earlier that day.
Wait, Clara! Hold on. Clara, give me 1 second. Clara, let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second. Why is this on my computer right now? Where is this? How do I close this? I need to text my friend Clara right now.
God damn it, Clara, what the fuck are you doing? Imagine if this wasn't capped and Clara actually existed this whole time. Just randomly downloaded cheats on a PC. You never know. There's a 1 in a billion that Clara is real.
At my house earlier today. I'm literally gonna.
But nah, she's too dumb. She's too dumb.
Clara,
The
out
rank.
of all people, this is what happens when you let people use your PC.
Realizing that there was no getting out of this, Miss Q Gemini began to trade all of her items to a brand new account, yet unfortunately this wouldn't stop a Twitch ban, which happened later that day.
Twitch ban. You guys want to know a fun fact? You're like, oh yeah, she got banned, terminated off the earth. Twitch nowadays is run by a cuck who just likes watching us all get fucked. Their new policy states, get caught cheating and will ban you for 24 to 48 hours. That is the penalty for cheating in video games and getting caught on Twitch. Dan Clancy just likes watching us get fucked from behind. He is an absolute loser, bro. We need to be
While it's
harsher on
certainly
these
shameless
guys.
to blame a friend for the hacks on your computer, it's not nearly as shameless as aimbotting during a professional CSGO tournament, which is what would happen in the case of Optic Forsaken. Forsaken had joined the Indian Optic group in May 2018, and in the 5 games played after joining, Forsaken had always placed either second or first. While many assume that
Alright, so just so you guys know, this shouldn't ever happen. And why this guy's a scumbag for cheating in a tournament, it's kind of on the tournament for letting this happen. So a bit of behind the scenes information here. If you want to go to an Apex tournament and you want to compete on the LAN stage, you have to have your controller or your mouse and keyboard. Anything you want to plug in to their PC has to be checked out by the anti-cheat team to make sure there's no scripts or programs being injected to the PC from that device. And not only that, they have people set up behind the station of every team watching the monitors themselves. So they can't just pull up a cheat menu or have wall hacks running. Like, the people will find them. Obviously, some stuff can still slip through the cracks, but something like this, it's on the tournament.
Forsaken was nothing more than a very talented player. It will be after flying to a $100,000 prized professional tournament in Shanghai, China, that Optic Forsaken was exposed brutally. The tournament began with Forsaken taking large breaks in the warm-up rounds, as if he was trying to set something up on his computer in the background, yet it would only be after the main matches began that Forsaken's plays became incredibly suspicious. This first strange flick into the ground was followed by
This
countless
is the thing
examples
with all cheats. It's how every pro gets exposed. Like Mav just recently on the Apex scene. Aimbots is just a computer algorithm. Just like AI, there's lots of mistakes. So you can always end up picking up on the people no matter how well they try to hide it.
him locking perfectly onto the enemy.
At the end of the day, they just paid for a program for the game to be played for them. Blood is just snapping.
And while there was a chance that some of these kills could still be made by a high-level player, it will be with one final matchup that Forsaken's aimbot became obvious.
See, he's shooting him through the wall. He can't actually see that glow. He shouldn't be able to. That's just a spectator. On his screen, they're not glowing. It's just blatantly obvious wall hacks, like tracking the guy through the wall.
Timeout, and officials made their way over to Forsaken's
That's on the tournament, bro. You're letting aimbot and wall hacks in your game? Like, that's on the tournament.
If he was cheating. At first, Forsaken refused access to his computer. However, the officials would ignore this.
Yeah, see how there's no one behind these PCs? Except for their coach? This is on the tournament for letting this happen. They probably didn't check devices either. I guess this is probably in, like, a different country, like, different rule set. But these days, if you let cheats through on your tournament, that's on you, Car.
And look, anyway, during which Forsaken kept pushing...
Look at this little nerd! Someone absolutely just kick him in the fucking head.
Away from
No,
his
don't look at my
tried to
PC.
delete the aimbot right in front of their faces. Despite having travelled all the way from India, Forsaken and the whole Optic team were instantly disqualified from the tournament, which became
You see
even
that?
worse
You
when
see that,
Forsaken
Apex Legends? The whole team got punished. That's what you need to do, you dumb motherfuckers. So many cheating teams in the ALGS. One person runs the hacks, the other two get boosted, and only one person gets punished. Like Team Shadow making it to your LAN event after playing with the hacker that was wall hacking and aimbotting and admitted to it, got to attend a LAN because they got boosted. This is what you should do. Punish the entire team. Like, if you're at the very top and your teammate's cheating and you don't realize that, that's on you. You're a bloody idiot. You should have known. And if you didn't know, you're not good enough at the game. Like, it's that simple.
Actually resulted in Optic India shutting down altogether, but Forsaken isn't the only person in this video to cheat in a professional tournament. Because during a professional Fortnite tournament with a $500,000 prize, the following scenario happened to a player by the name of Marky Locuris.
No. Bugueado, loco, estoy bugueado.
I was gonna say, like,
Despite
on
being down and
Fortnite's
finished
anti-cheat is
countless
actually
times
pretty
by
well
his
unlocked.
opponent, a glitch
They don't have
prevented
anywhere
Marky
near
from
as much
being
of a problem as
eliminated.
Apex, for
Whilst being
example.
revived, Marky told his teammate to keep quiet about
But
what
this is
had
just a bug,
happened,
this is an
which was
exploit,
followed
this
by
is
the
kind of
two
different.
unfairly
Yes,
killing
it's
the
cheating,
player who was
especially in a
down
tournament when
Marky
there's money
originally.
involved, but they're just exploiting a bug in the game. In my opinion, this is
After
very
continuing
different.
to play normally, Marky was
And
approached
it's
by event
less so on the
organisers
player,
who
'cause
asked
it's
him
a
to
bug
leave
in
the
the game.
match, yet he'd refused, stating that what had happened was a glitch and was part of the game. While he would eventually give up and leave, this prompted discussion online about whether Marky had cheated or not. I don't think he is cheating, I think he just went with it. All these
Like, in that situation, disqualify his points for that game, that kind of thing, or maybe, like, you're not gonna ban him for
kids
life
saying
for
he
that.
wasn't
That's
cheating.
not, that's
he knew
different.
he wasn't taking damage and got revived, and continued the game even though he should have died. That's considered an exploit and
But that's one of the next videos I want to make, comparing the anti-cheats and explaining why. Like, a lot of people don't realize why Apex cheating situation is as bad as it is. And something like Battlefield that's also free to play has such a good anti-cheat. It has a lot to do with the engines the game are built on and how much they invest in the anti-cheat. But
cheating.
I
Fun
definitely
fact,
need to make
the
a
first
video
clip was
about that.
actually a glitch, but he decided to abuse it. There was certainly an argument for whether or not Marky's behavior constituted cheating. However, the same couldn't be said for Captain Baldy, who accidentally showed his aimbot whilst trying to prove that
I hate
he
to be that
wasn't
guy, but he
cheating.
looks like a
Up until
cheater,
this
bro.
point, Captain Baldy had built up a Warzone kill-death ratio of over 2, yet similar to the Apex
Which is
Legends play
terrible,
in
by the way.
beginning, Captain Baldy would be
pro
called
play.
out on Twitter after locking onto an enemy who was running behind a wall.
Bruh,
Another clip then
2KD
surfaced
and
where Captain
fucking
Baldy displayed
aimbotting.
suspiciously accurate shooting.
Give up, car.
And as a result, his chat began to fill with people calling him a cheater. Determined to prove his innocence, Captain Baldy agreed to show his task manager, yet hilariously seemed to instead tap the key which brought up his cheat menu.
There's no way, cuz.
Control delete.
These cheaters are so fucking dumb. Aimbot, silent aim. So this has been better. This is a while ago. This is that aimbot that makes it look like it's kind of legit, but it's not legit, right? Aimbot's just locking directly onto the character. Silent aim has a bit of smoothing and delay, which I've explained in a previous video exactly how that works. Auto fire, that's just a trigger bot shooting for you when you're on target. That kind of thing. Aim FOV, so that's where you're looking how big of a radius the aimbot locks on. So if they're outside that radius, it went and snap, because then it's really obvious you're cheating, right? Aim it down players. Blood needs aimbot to thirst people. That's how bad he is. But yeah, let's keep going.
Oh my god.
The chat then mocked Captain
Oh
Baldy
my God.
relentlessly, which is followed by a live Warzone ban later in the stream.
Disconnected from COD.
No way.
Banhammer.
With the Captain Baldy saga ending with the deletion of his entire Twitch channel. Getting
Yeah, deletion, bro, because he got terminated by the community. Twitch ain't do shit. He deleted
while
his own
checking the
channel.
task manager was a trend continued by Call of Duty streamer Young, although he didn't take his expose as humbly as Captain Baldy did. Young's viewers noticed that he always seemed to know where the enemy was coming from, so just like our last cheater, the audience requested that he show his task manager. Now, Young wasn't dumb enough to bring up the entire cheat menu, however, after accessing the task manager, his stream display bugged out and showed a second window where his hacks could be seen clearly. After being banned from Call of Duty, Young would take to his Twitter, on which he'd make an idiotically arrogant tweet reading, "Got mad free press tonight, over 2k views overall. Some people even posted my gameplay online. Thanks for the shoutouts."
Dude, this is this weird thing when cheaters get caught red-handed, they do this ego trip. In their head, they've convinced themselves they're incredible. They're really talented. If you were talented, if you were incredible, why the fuck do you need cheats to play the game for you, you dumb motherfucker? You are not incredible, you are not good.
Really
You got
appreciate
2k
the help,
viewers because
although
people
these
are roasting
2,000
you.
views worth of free press didn't
But it is kind of shitty at the same time. Free press is good. I make a video about G-Dodge, I make a video about Brainsy, their overall view counts go up. Hate watchers are real. People sit there and hate watch these people, and their viewer count actually improves when I expose someone for cheating, which kind of does suck.
contribute to the long-term growth of his career, as Young hasn't gone live on Twitch ever since. However, Young still looks...
W community. Twitch won't do anything about it. The games barely do anything about it. We need to be the ones doing it about it. Fuck these guys. Make their streaming life miserable if they're making all our time miserable in video games by cheating.
Like a genius in comparison to Twisted Bear, whose Twitch description boldly claimed that he was the top Modern Warfare player. The reason for this
Right,
claim...
you know in his head he actually believes that? Like, this dude deadass believes that. Top Warzone player. Like, come on, Car.
Would become apparent in July of 2020 when he'd go live displaying his skills, only he completely forgot that he had his wall hacks on. The end to Twisted Bear's career was then unbelievably quick. He was banned from Call of Duty, then Twitch, and was never heard from ever again. But this is what separates Twisted Bear from the next cheater, Mr. Golds, who made a much larger spectacle over his cheating ban. Mr. Golds was a much more significant figure in the Call of Duty community, sporting a
50K.
Twitch follow account of over 50,000. During a live stream to an audience...
It's really strange you could build that big of an audience cheating. Like, you think someone would figure it out, but Call of Duty is a lot more casual, right? I don't think you could build that big of a following on Apex by cheating. Like, I think you'd get caught out way before then.
of approximately 1,700 people.
But then again, keeping in mind these guys are cheating in a video game, they're probably not real followers. He's probably cheating on Twitch too, view botting, and he's also buying followers. I think even in COD, you'd get caught out.
Mr. Golds brought up his task manager before beginning to brag about how he was so good at Call of Duty that he didn't need to cheat.
Is it the first time you see someone good at the game? Have you ever seen anyone playing like me? Like seriously?
Although he didn't seem to notice that he'd also accidentally brought up his cheat.
You can tell by his chat barely moving with that many people watching that this is definitely just viewbot. This guy's a fucking loser in every aspect of life.
On. Despite having 1,800 viewers at the time, almost nobody was talking in the chat or calling him out for it, showing that he was probably also viewbotting. However, while the chat remained pretty quiet,
Chat, dude, this guy's done such a good job putting this together. Sunny V2, while he might not be very experienced in video games, he makes some bloody good videos. If you haven't seen his other content, definitely check it out.
Twitter, where it received over 2,000 likes and 700 retweets. After being temporarily banned from Call of Duty and Twitch, Mr. Golds would upload an apology video in which he'd state that he didn't mean to download the cheats.
I truly am sorry about. I didn't mean to.
What does he mean, I didn't?
Bro, these gremlins are all the same, man. It's an accident. I didn't mean to. Like,
Mean to. You don't download and use cheats without meaning to. I mean, come on, buddy.
Before going on to try and convince his audience that this wasn't who he was.
This is not who I am. This is real.
but like, come on. I'd almost give him credit for doing a different approach. He went a different angle, not the ego trip like some of the cheaters do. Why is it so hard for cheaters to be bloody honest? Like, why is that so hard?
They know who I am.
Despite having cheated for months in the lead up to his expose. These days,
Speaking of cheaters being honest, I normally wouldn't say yes to something like this. Ndodge the Zimmer from last video wants to talk about things. But I guarantee you he'll be incapable of being honest. Cheaters just never are. They're just dishonest in every aspect of life. So I don't even want to give this guy the time of day. Because he's going to try to deny it all? I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth my time. If you guys want me to make a video chancing up on that, let me know. But once a cheater, always a cheater in my mind.
For big cryptocurrency giveaways from Tesla, which sounds like an even bigger scam than his wall hacks. However, a more interesting question to ponder is what happens when a game developer gets caught cheating on his own game. This is what happened to Autonil, the H1Z1 technical director, who was caught using invisibility whilst live on stream.
Wait, you not see him? You can't see me? Oh my god, am I hidden? Oh my god.
Yeah, judging from his reaction, the cheat had definitely been left on accidentally.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys.
Damn,
Bro, actually, you can just instantly tell it's genuine. Like, people caught out in the moment are so bad at acting. You can tell when someone genuinely fucks up and does something wrong. It's, like, immediately noticeable. The body language, the way they go about it. You can tell he's an honest ass dude.
Really bad. Poor guy, lol. However, there was absolutely no accidents coming from FaZe Jarvis, who was given a lifetime ban on Fortnite after cheating publicly. On the 4th of November 2019,
Look, I don't even know this guy. I'm not a violent person. I wouldn't hit him, but it's just a punchable head.
explained that he was
Like,
given
you know what I
hacks
mean?
by
Like,
an
you
unknown
just
person in
is it
random
am I
duos.
psychotic for like just seeing this face and wanting to inflict pain? Maybe. Maybe I am, but I wouldn't do it. I just want
And
to
he was
do it.
going to
Okay?
test the
There's a
hacks for
difference.
his video.
This is what happens. Look, aimbot.
This is what happens when you have a bot on Fortnite, bro. So many cancerous creators
I don't know
from
what
Fortnite.
stopped me.
I know, I was one of them. You know, I've been around for a while now. I was a Fortnite guy.
But it's actually about to be lit. We're about to pop off.
Over the following 7 minutes, Jarvis lit up every
Oh
single
my god, it's
person
gonna be
in the lobby
lit, guys.
with
Let's
insane
feel some
aimbot
cheats in
accuracy.
Fortnite.
Oh my gosh, man.
This is what happens when you're dumb as shit and you surround yourself with other dumb as shit people. You do something like this and nobody pulls you up on it. Like, where
Whilst
are your
explaining that
friends?
he was
Like,
using
bruh,
a
this
new
is the
account
dumbest
on his
idea you've
computer
ever
so he
had.
wouldn't get banned.
Obviously, I don't want to have aimbot on my main account. I had to go on a new PC. Like, I don't want to get my main PC banned.
Jarvis finished the video by once again reiterating that you shouldn't hack and that his dummy account was most certainly going to get banned.
Never use aimbot, okay? Never do it. You're gonna get banned. I'm 100% gonna get banned.
Right, all I just remember is this guy fucking in tears after getting banned on Fortnite. Like, breaking down in tears, bro.
On this account.
Yet he probably didn't expect that Fortnite would watch his video and ban every single one of his accounts permanently.
Dude, Fortnite just does such a W effort on cheating. Like, their anti-cheat is actually the same as Apex. Easy anti-cheat. Obviously, they own Easy Anti-Cheat and they're doing a much better job in terms of developing the anti-cheat tools for Fortnite than Apex is. They're just not paying as much. But the reality is, the reason Fortnite's so good is how harsh they are to people caught cheating. They will ruin your life. They will put you in generational debt for cheating in their game.
Fortnite, I'm sorry, in which it explained that he could no longer play the game.
I've actually been
I can't play Fortnite
for life. Recently, I posted some videos of me using aimbot. It didn't even cross my mind to think that I could be banned for life on Fortnite.
Before stating that he was extremely sorry for his actions.
Nothing crossed your mind,
I
did you?
made a massive mistake. And of course, I would never think about doing anything like this again. I know now how big of a mistake this was, and like, it's just...
As much as it's funny seeing him cry, at the same time you can tell he genuinely, like, fucked up, you know? Like, this is one of them instances where I think he fucked around, found out, and he's never gonna do something like this again. So as much of a, like, punchable face, ha ha ha, he's crying, you can genuinely see that he, one, messed up, he's very upset about messing up, and two, he fucked around, found out, and is never gonna do it again.
The video accompanied a tweet
As funny
by
and
Jarvis
meme-worthy
reading,
as that
"I'm going
is,
to
it's
take
probably the best
accountability for my
response so far."
actions, and I understand completely why this has happened. I just wish I had known how severe the consequences were at the time, and I would have never thought about doing it.
This
I
is
love
just
all
as
of you
much
who
as the
still
people
support me.
surrounding
This
him
is
as
not
fault
the
as
end.
this
And
guy,
while
because he was
Jarvis
like in a
did seem
content
quite
house at the
apologetic
time.
for his
So like, you know,
actions,
it's a
Fortnite would
bloody
make an
bunch of
example out
idiots. Like, it's all the
Jarvis
brother
by
was in the
banning
video
any new
behind
accounts
him.
that he tried to create. The interesting thing is, Jarvis's punishment was still less severe than Super Fast Jellyfish, who might have the craziest cheating story in this whole video. Superfast Jellyfish was a Super Mario 64 speedrunner who wanted to join the exclusive 9-person list of Super Mario players who had completed the game whilst blindfolded. In the lead up to his blindfolded attempts, Superfast Jellyfish had been playing Super Mario 64 for 3.5 years, leading him to believe that he had enough experience to beat the game without eyesight, and apparently he was correct, as he'd successfully complete the blindfolded challenge after only 3 tries. However, his ability to complete the challenge with such ease prompted a user by the name of Charlie Brown 64 to upload a video titled "Obvious Cheater Fakes Blindfolded Super Mario 64."
This is such a strange thing. Like, is this really cheating? This is obviously cheating in their challenge, but it's like, it's so dumb as well. It's different from like downloading rage hacks and ruining other people's experience, right? Like, here he's affecting a minimal amount of people. He's not running around destroying everyone's fucking day, you know? But there are 9 people on a leaderboard that would be disrupted by this. This is still, in my mind, something you should be able to be banned from if there's a legit leaderboard for, and you're disrupting other people that have grinded legitimately to get on that leaderboard. But if this is just like a meme challenge that he was cheating on, like, really, who cares? What the fuck ever?
If we make his way up the path, and then do this long jump to the next red, all completely blindfolded, and with absolutely no setup necessary. Not only does he somehow know exactly where the 1-up box is, but he also knows exactly what direction the 1-up will go in once it spawns, something completely determined by RNG. Then, after chasing it on a moving platform for a completely arbitrary amount of time, he somehow knows exactly when and where to jump to the left. Watch now as he somehow knows exactly where he is on the spinning platform and knows exactly where the first pole is. Again, anyone who was actually blindfolded here would have probably just kept holding left left and run off. However, this guy is able to make a completely random amount of adjustments to make it onto the pole.
19 days after Charlie Brown would upload his expose, Superfast Jellyfish uploaded a bizarre apology video in which he tried to claim that the run had been faked deliberately.
That speed run was purposely fake. It was purposely fake.
Yet nobody seemed to buy any of his lies, as Superfast Jellyfish's
I did it on purpose, guys.
You
You should have known I was lying all along. That is all for today, guys. If you do want some personal training, that's what I do now. I coach people to lose fat, get jacked. If you want to be either of those things, hit me up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you bugging later. Peace out. Have a wonderful day.